It's going. It's
Now,
going.
go.
All right.
Go.
So who's gonna introduce us?
Nobody. We're just gonna jump straight into it.
We're not gonna be like, hey, this is the Untitled Studios podcast or anything like that.
Or play.
No, we're not gonna say it's number 28.
We're going straight for the badge.
Just gonna, yeah.
Cool.
No foreplay on this podcast.
Well, it's a good thing that we're all here because I feel like my presentation is going to be awesome.
We will see.
Yay.
I can't wait, sir. I want to see it. Show me yours. I'll show you mine.
Am I presenting?
You are.
Okay.
You are presenting, sir.
You're
All right.
presenting as male.
No, fucking.
Apparently.
No, I'm a trisexual hot dog, fucker. How could you not know?
Sexual hot dog. Pretty manly.
Let's see.
Should I cover you in mustard?
This presentation is a little more direct. I'm not really selling anything. This is more of a statement. I titled this, Have We Offended You? Or Fuck Off, Loser. I think that's
Alternate
pretty
title.
self-explanatory.
I'd like to think
Just
that
in case.
that the subtitle is actually just a response to the question.
Oh, there we go, yeah. Now, it has come to my attention that some of the things we say or do might in some strange parallel universe offend some people. To this, I say awesome. That means your Patreon donations to us are being used in the best way. Oh, wait, no one pays us, and we don't fucking care if you were offended. And here
That's
I have
true.
a visual representation of how few fucks we give.
Ah,
Is that a reader
okay.
cat on it?
That's
not
a cat. I just
not a
searched the
dead
photo.
baby or anything. But,
Yeah.
you know.
I was expecting dead
Oh,
baby.
there's the
There
baby.
we go. Dead
I
baby.
wanted to make this message as clear as possible. So on the
He's not
following
dead,
slide,
though.
you will find individual responses to your expression of being offended.
God, by the way, that baby is hairy as
Is this
fuck.
baby getting ready to be
There is
raped by
fucking-
Santa or something? What is going on here?
In order for this slide to fill the page, I have decided to add a picture of a cute baby. We would probably also eat the baby if you send us a good recipe at gropeygamers@gmail.com.
No, we will
I mean,
totally eat
that
that baby.
thing is like a mini Chewbacca.
Yeah, it
Look at
is.
A little hair
Just
on its
all
fucking back
over.
and stuff. This is the most manly baby you'll ever find.
It's
It will
like
break in your face.
it's grown a heavy pelt for the winter or something.
Became
All right.
Arnold
And so
Schwarzenegger.
here on this page, if you're offended, we try to include your profile. So if you're a woman, fuck you. If you're a man, fuck you. If you're a boy, fuck you. If you're a girl, fuck you. If you're an old woman, fuck you. And if you're an old man, fuck you as well.
Huh.
What if I'm just black?
We didn't really go for race because I only had enough room for so many pictures.
Yeah, I think
and
the
I'm kinda
upper
lazy.
right-hand corner covers you.
Yeah,
just
that's
all
as close as you're
brown-
gonna get. Deal with
All
it.
brown people.
She can't drive. He does tech support. Whatever. you
All
know.
cross-eyed people, too,
Oh, did we get somebody cross-eyed?
for that little girl. Yeah.
Well, and then here you can see the old lady doing like the typical old person thing of writing shitty letters to like.
Oh, it's the advice tip instead of giving you money.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I hope she's
Yeah.
writing a check.
I
actually.
would disown my grandparents if they ever even thought about doing that.
On the off chance, the previous slide failed to cover you individually because your identity is some sort of hermaphroditic hot dog or whatever nonsense you made up to feel more special
Oh.
than you will ever really
There's
be.
the hot dog.
Throwback.
Feel free to imagine us saying "fuck you" to you right now. Seriously, because what if we could?
So, class,
There's a mirror that they can look in.
you should have just waited for this.
you
All questions will be answered.
know, sadly,
end
I
of
made
the
this last night and I forgot. Or I would have been like, "Oh, the next slide's for you, class." But yeah, I know it's kind of sad. It's all new to me. Let's be clear. We are idiots, and if you take us so seriously that you are offended, you are even dumber than us. And frankly, you should consider killing yourself. Not that we encourage things like suicide regularly, but you are so fucking moronic. You have caused us to set aside our normally high moral standards. Angry face. See? Very, very angry.
We're sending mixed messages because now we have high moral standards.
We do?
Remember?
Since when?
See the first part of this? Let's be clear, we are idiots.
Oh, okay.
Is that not clear? Things?
Okay.
That covers it.
That's
Yeah,
right, I'm
sorry.
stupid.
Damn it.
I
Issue
forgot.
in your logic.
All right, so here we have some good reasons to be offended.
Okay.
Ignoring facts in order to affect others. Deliberately racist or hateful content. Excluding
ours.
class.
Oh.
Number 3, mean-spirited actions.
So excluding class.
Yeah, because he's black.
Get it?
No, it's because I pick on those that are weaker than me.
There you go.
Not too many, but there are some.
You know, the occasional like kernel of corn that escapes the plate, that kind of thing.
I'll make its life fucking miserable. It should have never left the plate.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, damn it.
Encouraging the abuse of others, encouraging death of others. We're going to pretend we didn't see that last slide. Stupid reasons to be
Put it out of
offended.
your mind. Ah,
Someone is expressing a different religious view than you.
she's mad.
Well, yeah, you know, I figured feminists would, you know, be the best representation of something dumb to be offended by.
Did someone show her a picture of a penis?
I don't know. She just looks really unhappy.
Curse the world.
Number 2, someone has a different sense of humor than you do. Number 3, someone has a different sense
No.
of view than you. Number 4, someone has a different perspective on drugs than you. Number 5, if you haven't figured out the theme, you fuckstick, it's that other people are allowed to be different and have different viewpoints from you, cuntface.
Different. Now I'm seeing that you use the word different, and almost in all of those you use the word different.
Yeah,
I think there's a difference between a different point of view and the wrong point of view.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Does this apply to you, Mike? Does this
You don't
apply
have
to you,
to
Mike?
say point of view as us. It's the wrong one, okay? Just letting you know right now.
You are wrong. We
This-
are right.
Did I make this
The
video?
rule
I
of
didn't
the
realize it,
land.
sir. Alright, let's see. Alright, fuck dog, one last time. If you are offended, let us very sincerely say fuck you very much. We don't give a fuck. This is not the Clockwork Orange. No one is forcing you to watch us, you dumb fuck. That being said, by all means, send us angry emails at gropeygamers@gmail.com. I need more material for fapping. And here we have an arrow pointing to us yawning at your anger. Lol.
Clarification, that is just Stabby in that picture.
Yeah, right.
Well, this was just the best yawn on the options after I searched. Like, how do you beat a hippo for a yawn? They can open their jaw like wider than any other animal,
An American.
and they kill more people than any other animal, really. So that's kind of cool.
They're killers. Stop the menace. Yay! That looks like a
Yay.
teenage girl. Like an
It
emo.
probably is. It was the only middle finger I found.
Yay.
That was
Yay
like
for that girl.
free to use. That is as much effort as I felt like putting into this nonsense, so by all means contact us at gropeygamers@gmail.com.
We're not kidding.
You gave us
Email-
our real address, yeah.
That is our real email address, by the way. If you want to contact us, you know, and send us like hate mail or something, we really would like to fact check.
How many
That's the
dicks
scary part.
should we suck, and should we kill ourselves?
As many fits in a bag.
And if you want to ask us for advice on dating or anything else, by all means, send us an email. We'll try to remember to check it, and we'll try to give you some advice. Nothing can go wrong with that.
Don't do that.
Oh my god.
All right, so Stabby, I'm sorry, but that presentation it was lacking today. You know,
What?
it was lacking. But I think I have the perfect thing to help you.
Uh-oh.
Male
I have
enhancement?
creative juices.
Oh,
Here we go.
Creative juices.
it is male enhancement.
Pretty much. It's male and female enhancement, and it's produced by Will.I.Am and Class A-Hole. That is me.
Class
Yeah.
A.
Creativity. Have you ever noticed how much of nature you see in inventions? You know, the Wright brothers borrowed from the bird for their plane design, and Fairchild Republic borrowed from the warthog for the design the noise for the A-10 warthog attacker, and that's the sound that when the plane makes when it fires its gun. Is like.
I like that.
If you haven't noticed this, you're not creative, you know.
Warthog.
So it's okay, Stabby. Singer and songwriter, song god, Will.I.Am says in a very incoherent and barely intelligible way that necessity is the mother of invention.
Yeah, that's it. No
And he didn't
more
exactly.
around me.
The way he actually said that was too long to include in this slide. So uncreative people, those who don't have the innovative knack like Will.I.Am and I, need help to create a masterpiece like we can.
Yeah.
They just don't have the uncanny ability to invent things like we do. And before now, uncreativity was an incurable plague, but now, thanks to the creative genius of Will.I.Am, we can give you that creative high you've always craved.
Finally.
The only thing is, you have to understand what the fuck he's saying.
So,
Oh, you know what? We should have a link in the podcast to the video that inspired this presentation.
oh, I'll
Please.
absolutely include that. But
Okay.
I just realized it could have been a really clever title to make this. I have a feeling.
Oh,
No.
yeah, you kind of missed
I
that.
missed
Missed
out on it.
opportunity.
I missed out on the joke. I'm sorry. Not enough creative juices flowing, you
We'll
know.
fix it in the special edition.
Yeah, definitely.
So creating something is the greatest high in the world. As Will.I.Am describes it very coherently, said, and I shit you not, it's like you're fast forwarding in slow motion.
What?
You know, the only thing that matters.
Hold on a second.
Wait, what?
Isn't that
That's
just
fucking
regular
verbatim.
motion?
I think I need to be on weed to understand that.
It's just normal
He
speed.
will get to that. He will get to
I don't
that.
think you can smoke that smart.
That is the thing you're creating. Then you go to sleep and wake up, and a week's passed. You know, now you're lethargic and parched. Your lips are all chapped and dry. Your breath smells because you ain't been talking. It is the most enjoyable experience ever.
Wait a minute,
What?
wait a minute.
That's enjoyable?
How is it your breath starts to smell because you ain't been talking? Isn't that usually because you ain't been brushing your teeth?
See, the reason you have all these questions is that you're uncreative. So, see, uncreative people will have no idea what he's talking about.
Lips are all chapped and
So
dry.
get ready to binge on creativity for the first time when you sit down on a potent glass of liquid creativity.
Is this drugs?
Oh,
If
God.
you play another one of those goddamn sounds and sully my presentation, I swear, I promise you, I will come all the way out to Maine and mutilate you and your whole family.
Walk all the way across this house?
Yeah, all the way across this house, mister. So the science.
grand-
Creative juices uses three main ingredients. You have the active ingredients, which is green apple flavoring. Then you have the other two less important ones, red dye number 2 and alcohol. It was made by only the most potent scientists of our lands to concoct a beverage. Like, if you eat a McDonald's, it's unhealthy because of the corn sugars in it. But the government never does anything about that. National security threat, do they? You know, but they spend the National Guard in to deal with a few protesters in Baltimore, but not. But in the real terrorists, who is it in our eyes? You know, I'm confused. I'm real confused.
I'm confused too.
Yeah,
So,
I think that's a given.
Here's some health and safety information. You know, people are going to try and say a lot now that you know that you're more creative than them. Like, but does it really matter what they say? I don't think this. You know, crusade against anti-being smart is really what we need right now. And I wonder why we aren't sending taxpayer money to document it. You know, but isn't it funny how the military just runs around, does what they want, and it isn't even the American dream anymore if you think about it.
If you think about it.
Anything is possible. You know, America is a land of achievers. You know, actually, I get haters on a regularly. It's kind of weird because, you know,
On the right, you know?
hate is everywhere, but it's so simple to find it in weird places. But people forget that music is like math in some ways. It's weird. Nobody is really making the money off of it until World War I, until they put that in
Like,
Mexico.
How many creative juices did you drink before you wrote this?
These are all quotes from the video, I think.
Okay.
Some of these are. I actually wrote a lot of my own stuff here. But this is, if you watch any Will.I.Am, you know, very creative interview, this is how he sounds.
Oh, yeah, no, I've seen a couple of other things from him that you posted, and fucking A, man.
I'm only slightly
Like, wow,
exaggerating
man.
here.
Wow.
So, you know, the entrepreneuring is a touch, and getting revenue is so hard to be well read on any subject for inventing
It's
it.
revenue.
You know, it's, I mean, it's weird. You're not in school anymore, but you're inventing, but you still got to read. You know, there's no money in that.
Read.
Until recently, doesn't even the investor get the right to use his own music on the ground or even in space.
What is revenue?
So the end, this is the end, but it doesn't have to be.
Just accept it,
You know, the
Stabby.
end just comes sometimes, but the end isn't what it is anymore because we can, you know, invent our own since, you know, the internet, duh.
Duh.
It's no
Totally.
surprise that even, the NASA is making satellites now for use on the Earth. But you would have never seen that 60 or 70 years ago because people weren't inventing. We didn't have invention back then. For all you know, you can contact me on my spaceship in 5 years, or try it now because of gravity. I really don't know. That is the end.
Oh,
That is gold. Oh shit.
oh
Holy
right.
shit!
There's somebody forgot
Holy
they were
shit!
not wearing their mask.
It
We
happened!
got some flash around. There was some nostril itch right
It's
there.
such a baby face. I love it.
I think we got a flash of nostril, really, more than
No,
anything.
I got it. I got the whole thing. It's all burned
got
up in
the
my
whole-
eyeballs.
I've had too many creative juices today, and it didn't happen. Nothing happened.
Okay, that's enough of those effects. For I'm gonna get shot.
Yeah.
I will
For all
find
you know,
you
the
and
bullet
clip
is
you.
already traveling to you.
Oh, here's
It's
a.
all like wanted style.
Yep. Oh, there's your face.
Oh,
There you go.
I also saw somebody else this week. Hold on. Angle recently went to that dance competition, and this image
He
popped up
said
with.
something horrible because
Wait a
you're
second.
a dick.
Dancing.
Wait, here it is. And we found this online later. This is the man himself.
God damn. I'm a sexy bitch.
Yeah.
Look on that guy's face.
Is that guy a chipmunk? What is
You
with the
I
get it
don't
teeth?
down.
know.
I don't know.
I would
Any
like
minute
some.
He's like, her head is a tree.
Whoever
must
can
not know.
Photoshop, please do something like that. I want to see something with that on there.
He's a zombie.
That sounds
have
awesome.
a bunch of blood coming off
All
of
right,
her.
now you have something to share, because that's all I had today.
The ball's in your court, Stabby.
I do love rambling incoherently, though. That's probably my favorite presentation I've ever given.
Well, and the sad thing is, you're really not exaggerating all that much, if at all.
Oh,
Like, that
no.
dude is out of his fucking mind.
He just
rambling.
kind of repeats things he hears in almost random order. It's just kind of like a game of
So it's like-
association.
He's like
he'll
George
say
Bush almost.
Yeah, he'll say a word that he knows and then think of something that he heard that somebody else said in relation to that, but it won't really match up to what he said before. So it's just kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
his interviews are just like a string of non sequitur statements.
Which explains a lot of the music and why how somehow they managed to get like incredibly famous without being able to sing for shit. All right, so this is for our friends down in the Down Underland, Australia.
Down
A
under.
giant kangaroo with big pecs terrorizes neighborhood, but he is scared of dogs.
Big pecs.
Oh shit.
Nicknamed
crikey.
Big Buck.
Look at his pecs, mate.
Yeah, he's 95 kilograms, and he
Bobby.
apparently just goes and chases kids around playgrounds and golf courses.
Well, I mean, who doesn't?
So he's a dick.
Oh, and he has a distinctively torn ear, probably because he's so aggressive and violent.
When was the
And
last
you can
time
see
you
his
did
giant
that?
balls.
Yeah,
So
then
nice giant balls there.
he did 5 years in lockup. That's what happens.
It's Australia. What do you expect?
He did 5 years in the Baltimore Zoo. That's what's up.
He actually
Wow.
he has like ridiculously muscled-looking arms, though, doesn't he? Like most kangaroos' arms
Oh,
are
yeah,
kind of
no,
wavy looking.
that guy is
He's like fucking
swole.
buff.
Yeah, he's doing the steroids.
It's probably like Photoshop, though. Like I kind of feel like this is probably what
Oh,
a
no,
version of
they're
Australia.
actually, I saw a video
Hey.
of that earlier.
Oh,
We've
okay.
never done a fake article before, have we?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I mean, when you're behind bars like that in the zoo,
Hey.
what can you do besides lift weights and get
What I
big?
can't see.
That's why notoriously after animals, after they release them from the zoo back into the wild, they just absolutely dominate everything in their path. Fact.
They become American.
And we apparently have 2 viewers. I don't believe that.
What?
But
We have 2 viewers. Wow.
just ignore them.
What?
They don't really exist.
Sorry.
Yes.
Hi,
Chosen poorly.
Oh, here's a good one. I know I like always make fun of feminists and shit, but I thought this
No.
might actually be rather amusing.
I don't think you've ever mentioned feminists on the podcast.
No, never.
No, I don't know what
I
you're
don't
talking
think
about.
so.
Maybe
Not
somewhere
by name,
else.
at
So-
least.
Yeah,
Do you
totally
guys remember
negative.
the I need feminism because thing that I think Glass and I both put up some pictures in that because they were just such nonsense.
Yeah.
Here's the men's rights version because apparently
Oh no.
If something is really stupid, the best way to make your movement look better is to just do the same thing but in reverse.
But the thing is, men aren't really being oppressed. Like in some instances, women are being oppressed.
Well,
So
I think the MRA is there's certain situations in which I think men's rights are sort of like pushed aside.
Yeah,
I don't
but
think men's
the
rights
majority of the
are
time,
remotely close to the reality of it, though.
yeah, but the majority of the time, they usually get a benefit.
There's some issues with custody. There's some issues with what do you call that? Spousal support? What do you call? I forget.
Oh, dude. I
There's
haven't
issues
gotten
with that.
child support in 9 years.
Not child support. That's not what I'm talking about.
Can you imagine
Alimony or
if a
whatever.
dude didn't pay
Alimony.
child support for 9
And there's
years?
also the fact that like voting rights for men aren't really rights. They're just kind of what you get when you sign up for the draft. It's it's conditional or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the selective service thing that only men have to apply for selective service thing.
Yeah.
But no, I'm thinking more like realistically, like there's issues with custody. It's really difficult for men to get like custody of the kid, primary custody, even though like in a lot of cases they might be the better like suited parent to it.
Yep.
But overall, the system's not really that bad.
I can see Michael. It sounds like he's sitting back and start going, "Yep, I know exactly how it is, fuckers."
And then
I definitely had to fight an uphill battle because I had a dick.
Yeah.
That
Oh yeah.
sucks.
It's. I know a couple other single fathers.
But most of the time, being male gives you an advantage, if there's any advantage to be
Yeah,
had.
like
I don't know that
Yeah.
it necessarily gives you an
I mean,
advantage in most cases.
Look at this.
No,
Well, I
I don't
feel
get
that
shot to death when I get pulled over by the police.
I think you have less disadvantage.
So being a white male, yeah.
I don't think it necessarily gives you an advantage. I think you have less disadvantages. Like there's less prejudice against you, but not as much.
That's an
like,
advantage.
Yeah, but
No,
wait,
it's
wait a
really
minute.
not.
Wouldn't the lack of disadvantage be an
Yeah.
advantage?
No, it's
If
too
it
If
different.
was-
someone
a
has a disadvantage,
disadvantage to
then
be-
you have an advantage over them. That's
I really don't even see how it matters. Like I mean,
Yeah.
Let's argue about this for a while.
maybe in
Okay.
2 years when they have the oppression Summer Olympics again. But
Yeah, really.
how about we just take it like problem by problem?
Yeah.
And make
Here's-
the, and make the problem worse.
Why do
Let
we
me
need
read some of
men's
these. Let me read some of these off. They're pretty fucking ridiculous. I need men's rights because when she changed her mind the next day, I went to jail for 5 years.
Ouch.
That sucks dick.
Don't do that.
I need men's rights because I am less likely to go to college, and if I do, I will make less money than my female contemporaries.
Okay.
Can we all just get a fucking clue on the fact that there really is no gender gap in pay? It's remarkably small. Like if you really do the research in it, it's ridiculously like minor.
Wow, this is even more boring than when we make fun of feminazis.
Yeah, that's why I don't usually do a lot of men's rights stuff. I just thought some of these were good. Like I need men's rights
Like,
because people
whatever
question
gender
if I am a
gap there
predator.
is, get rid of it. I don't want it.
If I am a predator when I am alone with my child. That one's actually fairly not like true. It's like some people will, not that everybody does it, but there's like some idiots out there like, there's a man with a baby, he must be fucking it.
Yeah, but that's so rare. Like nobody says that. My dad
Yeah.
is a large black man. I mean, chocolate black, and nobody's ever said anything.
Well, they probably just assume you're like his twink.
Well, yeah, I think I look like even I think I look like his captive, but no.
Even I think
You know
I
what
look
you
like
should do,
a
Klaus?
captain.
Next time you're hanging out with your dad, just wear like a dog collar and a leash.
Oh, no! Every time he reaches up to like a tall shelf or something, I make sure to wince.
Every time he reaches his hand for something, you're like, ah.
Oh,
These
no,
are
actually,
just
I
so
gotta
funny.
hold on. I got like a nice little story. When we're talking about this, like getting perceived as something that's really bad. So I was hanging out with a friend of mine who is naturally fairly small. So she's, I think, like 20 at the time, but she looks super young. So anyone who sees her is probably going to think like 16, 17.
Yeah.
And so we're walking around town, and there is this Latin lady and her kids walking right past us, and I make eye contact with her, and she gives me the dirtiest look. Just staring daggers straight at my face, and it took me like a minute to think about it. Why oh, God.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm
You're the
not
pedophile now.
I'm totally a pedophile.
I think I was hanging out with somebody who was similar than that, shooting pool at one point, and some little girl came up and was like, "Are you her daddy?"
Oh.
So you should have came back with, well, that's what she calls me.
I
Yeah.
was going to, but I knew that this particular individual would probably just beat me until like for a good hour or so if I did that.
Oh, God.
In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the person was similar to the person that Matt was hanging out with.
Similar?
Oh,
like the same
Like, we
person?
probably know them. Or, yeah.
Like, I'm
or
sure you know who
someone-
I'm talking about.
I think so.
May or may not have a twin.
In the
Oh,
in
okay,
Maine.
yeah, then it might actually be the same person.
Oh, you guys were...
I'm thinking it's the
Or
other
they're
person
twins.
of the twins.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh,
Just give me
man.
a second.
That's why I had to
Too
tell the
many
story,
of them,
because it
man.
was, I was hanging out with the other twin.
At the same
When it
time?
happened.
At the same time.
Probably not.
No.
At the same time.
Have you ever seen them together in the same room?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they're terrible twins. They look nothing alike.
Damn it. Okay.
Except
But
for
they
there's-
both look 17, right? That's all that matters.
Well, that was like a while ago.
So they
I
don't
think.
look like each other, but they're twins.
No, they're identical twins, but they just don't look like each other. Like, it's really
But they're
not
not
hard to tell them apart.
identical. Okay.
Well, you can manipulate your appearance to an
I
extent.
still think
where
there's
you
a
don't-
superhero
So
in there
why-
somewhere, okay?
So one of them is related?
I don't know. Like, I've never had an issue with telling twins apart because they carry themselves in such different manners that it's really not difficult to tell who's who. If you know them, not like if they're like random people on TV.
Yeah, like if it's some stranger that you know, and then they leave the room and their twin walks in, you're gonna be like, I know exactly. There's something.
Like when you're
fishy
watching
going on.
the Mary Kate and Ashley countdown till their bangable timer,
Oh, that was so creepy. That was so fucking creepy.
and you're like, hey, I can
Oh,
tell
God.
them apart.
That's a website. Like, I just,
Yeah, that was a real website.
oh,
Not clean. Not
Only-
clean.
Only humans.
oh, I have a really positive.
Wait, is
article.
there like a count up? Like how many years since they've been bangable?
No,
There
that'd be
should
funny,
be.
though. That'd be funny as fuck. Here's a cheerful, what do you call it, article.
I call bullshit.
Arrested swatter.
Faces maximum 5 years prison
What's
sentence.
a swatter?
So swatters are people who, while watching a stream or if they get angry on like an online video game, will trace your IP and call a SWAT team in on your house.
Oh.
Oh,
And then the SWAT
And
team destroys
that's a
your life.
thing.
This is actually becoming more and more prevalent. Like people are getting hurt. Like at this point.
Yeah.
Um,
We do not endorse swatting unless you're talking about like flies or some shit.
yeah, no, swatting is definitely not cool. It's
No,
I mean,
don't even swat flies. Don't even swat flies.
I wouldn't
Well,
even hurt a fly.
but it's especially
absolutely.
sad because it's happening a lot for people that lose a video game. Will like swat the winner. Like it's just such a fucking pathetic thing to do.
So what do they say when they swat them? Like, he's in there raping babies now.
No,
Essentially, what they'll say
like,
is,
they'll say like I think they have a hostage in there.
yeah, I think they have a hostage in there. I'm fairly certain they killed somebody already.
And there's no middle stage between that and
No,
kicking the
because
fucking door
because
in.
if they actually did kill somebody or they had a hostage, you have to get there right away.
but you
I
can't
mean,
like
there's no,
Yeah.
it's not like,
call them
hey,
on the phone
dude,
and be like, anything
dude,
going
do
on?
you have a hostage?
If somebody has been killed and there's a hostage, the immediate response is SWAT. You want to respond with the highest
Yeah,
elevated
unless it's
task.
known that that's not necessarily the case.
Doesn't
anymore.
matter. They're not going to do it.
Yeah, it's
Well,
It's
Well,
for their
that
own.
sucks.
because you can't have this the concept of, oh, we might want to look into this because there might be some idiot
Yeah,
kid. No,
Can't
no,
they just
it's-
knock on the door or something? Like,
No, it's a safety
investigate
thing.
some shit before
Nah.
just kicking shit down?
No,
It's like, come on.
it's their own safety thing. They're going to respond to certain calls in a certain way just because they're like, we don't want to put our officers at risk.
Mm-hmm.
But you're
It's
putting people.
well,
at
even if
risk,
it's 100 fake ones and then one real one, they're still going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
They're going to respond to SWAT.
Well, I think
But
that's
the
about to
smart thing
change.
is, well, no, but the smart thing is, they
bet
know where the
anything
fuck
that's
that
gonna
call
change
is
now.
coming from.
Well, you can actually mask your IP address and call from the internet.
I think there's a way you can leave like anonymous tips.
Yeah, there's ways to get around it. This guy, fortunately, had no idea how to do that apparently, so he got fucked. But he's one of the more infamous ones. I think also they should probably fine whoever does the swatting for like the cost of the SWAT response,
Yeah.
or at least partially.
Everything. No.
Yeah, and probably whatever
Wholesale.
damage
Let them pay.
did to the house.
I think there needs to be a new response.
I mean,
I think there needs to be somewhere in between. It's like, hey, we've got an anonymous tip again for the 500th time, and we're going to kick into this house again, and it's probably not going to be anything.
But the thing is,
Maybe we should rethink our protocol. Like,
how do you
slightly.
justify that if you're looking at the safety of your officers? Like, you really can't.
Like, any potential hostages in there.
Because there's ways to check into it without destroying the innocent, potentially innocent person's life.
I'm just saying, like, the odds of that changing are pretty much zero. Like, I get where you're coming from. I don't disagree with it entirely, but
okay, well, just watch. Now that it's becoming increasingly prevalent, I bet almost anything that's a protocol will change as a response. Like, it almost has to.
They may start trying to
by
investigate where the
necessity
call
at this
comes
point,
from.
because how many millions of dollars are going to be wasted on this before they're like, hey, we can't respond to every single call like it's 100% guaranteed because people have figured out how to jerk the system around.
Yeah, that's a fair point. If money is involved.
It does influence a lot of decision making, which is kind of sad.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think of a way to not have like some random dude who's just on the Xbox have his life destroyed because he beat some other guy on Xbox. And it's like, I get that they actually have to respond, in a serious manner to make sure there's actually nothing going on. But I think there's a level in between what they do now,
Oh yeah, definitely.
and no response.
Yeah, well, I mean, it sucks because a lot of times, like, SWAT will, what do you call it? Like, shoot dogs and shit like that. So it's like...
No, and if they come in and destroy your house, they don't pay you back for that stuff. Like, a lot of times, you're just boned.
They really, actually, I think they kind of need to have some consequences for some of that stuff.
Yeah, if they make a mistake, then the person who's innocent, who just beat a guy at Xbox, really needs to get some sort of compensation.
Well, I think there should be limits on what the police can and can't just destroy when they go into a place.
All right, easy solution here. No more Xbox.
I can be down with that. I'm okay with that.
Or PlayStation or PC.
It is done. No, just Xbox.
Get rid of the internet.
Just Xbox.
Because really, it's the internet that's the problem.
Let's not do anything hasty.
I think it's just Xbox that's the problem. Definitely.
I just think that after getting 1,000 prank calls, they're going to be like, yeah, let's respond in a different way than going guns blazing every time.
I don't think it's prevalent enough yet.
What?
Yeah,
if it gets big enough, yeah.
They can talk about, like, it's on the rise, but...
Be sure to talk about it on the internet a lot.
Yeah, because that's where the police are at.
All the time.
First, you need to go to 8chan, where all the child pornography is, apparently, because that's where all the cops are hanging out and start talking about SWAT.
What about 16chan?
I like to hang out on 8chan and look at all that porn. That's just something I do on a Friday night. Oh, boy.
No, 8chan was the one where the guy was accusing 8chan of having child porn and then went and posted child porn on it to prove it. I don't know if you guys remember that. That was pretty fucking funny. He went to jail.
When do people figure out that you don't collect child porn as evidence anymore? Just stop doing that. You're going to get caught and you're going to get in trouble.
He didn't collect it as evidence. He found it to post in order to prove that
Yeah,
8chan had it on there. I mean,
yeah, but doing anything that links your account or your property with child porn is just don't do that. Stay away. Stay far away.
well, apparently it depends on what city you're in. If you remember did we ever have the Reddit did we ever go over the Reddit post about
No, we've talked about it a lot, but
tech support?
Basically, Reddit, there was like a little forum about it was asking IT people what's the oddest thing they've ever found on a computer, and 75 to 90% of the answers were CP.
Yeah,
I was going through this guy's computer, a priest or something.
Some of them were like police computers.
Yeah, I was
this is a police officer. I reported him to the captain, but he was like, "Nah, it's really not that big a deal."
Just an ass-naked baby taking a dick. So I turned it into the police, and they were to deal with it.
Santa Claus got a hold of that baby.
So there was a guy that got busted by his wife. Covered last week.
He did a Santa Claus rape impression.
Come here, baby.
I'm proud. I got presents.
You can have this dick for Christmas.
All I want for Christmas is dick.
Oh, man. So I thought this was interesting because it's actually topical. God is apparently punishing Texas.
Oh, okay.
Because Texas wasn't religious enough or something?
No, I think it's because they didn't allow gay marriage. If they'd allowed gay marriage, God probably wouldn't have tried to destroy Texas.
Well, which God?
I don't know.
Allah.
Ireland gets approves of gay marriage. They get a rainbow. Texas doesn't. This is what they get.
By the way, did you guys see the Westboro Baptist Church held an anti-Ireland rally, and as they were holding it, they found out that you can't.
Ireland.
No, they found out that you can't actually flip the Irish flag upside down because it's the same both ways. So while they're trying to flip this flag over and fly it upside down, like they're just looking like idiots.
They weren't smart enough.
As opposed to how they normally look.
Well, yeah. They look even more like idiots.
So what they did was they turned it the other way. They turned it like sideways, and that's actually another country's flag, the Ivory Coast. So it was.
What if they turn
the
it like
Ivory Coast?
Just turn it diagonal, like 45 degrees.
What about just burn it? Just burn it.
Yeah, burn it.
Well,
drop
then
it,
they'll
red, like circle around it with a cross through the middle.
Then they'll get punched by drunk people.
Which is what they want in the first place, I'm assuming.
They love their lawsuits.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they go after money all the time. So here's some pictures of the flooding in Texas.
Holy shit!
It's pretty fucked up. Yeah, I feel kind of bad for them, to be honest.
Texas
all
has
joking
water.
aside. Yeah, no.
Weren't they praying for water just a couple years ago?
Yeah.
There you go.
I think they just pray for water all the time. It's just
now they're probably praying for God to take the water away.
Yeah, maybe he can take it to California so that those disgusting people can drink finally.
Yep. All the California's awesome. You like all the oil slicks make the rainbows on the water? I like that.
Yeah.
That's called thin film interference.
Whatever that is, yeah, it's cool. It's pretty.
That's a message from God. Something about
not flooding the earth anymore. I think rainbows, was it?
A couple of bridges that got partially submerged.
Ironic that a rainbow creates a flood.
I like this one where the guy's like, my dog's loving it.
Oh, I saw one guy who it was some dumbass tried to take his SUV out. He's like, "Oh, I can brave it. It's only 40 inches." and he's driving this way, and all of a sudden, a big tide comes, and it just sweeps him away.
He's like
backwards, then down this little like waterfall that formed.
Oh, no, that's awesome.
Yeah, he didn't die, unfortunately, but
that's when you need those boat cars.
That would be kind of cool.
It's like, well, see ya, suckers, and then you're just like boating along.
Yeah, actually, I have family in Texarkana that had to evacuate.
No.
Those are beautiful
So
pictures.
how many people died from this tragedy that we're making fun of?
19 so far, I think.
Oh, that's
Whoa.
not
Yeah,
bad.
that's weak, man. That's weak.
That's not. I mean, it's compared to a lot of other disasters.
I mean,
not
it's
bad, but
nothing
like-
like Nepal,
still
man.
sucks.
Homes are destroyed.
Nepal
but-
was a real disaster. It really knew how to kill them.
Yeah. Americans just suck at everything now. We can't even do disasters good.
Yeah.
I want to challenge class to just wear that mask around for the rest of the week, like all of your classes. You know, when you're in grade school.
You're assuming he doesn't.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
kind of figured he kind of does. It'd be
I'm
pretty funny.
horribly mutilated under here. I
No.
hope you realize that. I
Wait.
have to wear this.
He is
And
We
black.
did see the nostrils.
Yeah, it's just the nostrils, and as you saw, they're gigantic and black looking, all black and stuff.
Breathing up all the white man's air.
Yeah, this stops me from taking too much the white man's rightful air.
Oh God.
That is beautiful.
What was it? Wasn't it
Racism.
like a thing like why do Jews have such big noses because air is free or something like that? I've heard that joke. I don't know how many times.
I like that joke. It's a classic. No matter how many times it's said, it's kind of like that joke. What's worse than a worm in your apple? The Holocaust.
Jew? Oh.
Yeah, that's fairly.
A Jew in your country, apparently, is worse.
All right. I've got another one. Why did Sally fall off the swing?
The Holocaust.
No, because she didn't have arms or legs.
She hadn't turned into the flying nun.
Oh, that'd be like the perfect girl. You don't even have to use chloroform.
Oh.
I mean, usually you shouldn't have
Dating
to.
made
Yeah.
easy.
If you have the upper body strength like I do, if you're just
As he
normal
holds up a
like
couple
me,
of toothpicks.
If you're like a kangaroo, a certain kangaroo,
look at
you
this.
don't need that.
Look at that gun.
Pull
Oh
the
my
sleeve back. Pull the
Completely
sleeve
bent.
back.
It's been. Hold on, I got some more. For you guys.
Tear a
Take-
phone book in half.
Take it to the gun show.
Oh, damn, dog.
Ah.
Now, if you really want to prove how strong you are, pull back the sleeve and show us the actual arm.
It's horribly mutilated. I wouldn't do that to you.
And not because it's skinny and weak, right? Not at all.
No, it's horribly mutilated. I'd totally take you in a fight, but it's just mutilated.
Take my strong arm.
Oh, I'm sure you can take me in a fight because I'm not going to fight anybody. Fuck that shit. I'm 35 years old. I'm not 12. I'm not meeting anybody on the fucking playground. I'm not meeting anybody after school to get into a fight. Nope.
Yeah, square up, Gabby, square up.
Fuck no.
Fight.
Oh, I hope this pencil still works. I kind of need this.
God gave me car keys so I can drive the fuck away from that.
Boy, I needed that. Oh no, what have I done?
Oh God.
I needed
It's so
that pencil.
funny. Like
right
once you
away.
get out of high school, that's the one thing that really does change. Like the concept of fighting being cool. Like
Yeah.
after you get out of high school, pretty rapidly you realize like nobody wants to fight anymore. They're all just like, no, that's really fucking dumb and it hurts.
Unless you live in Missouri, apparently.
Oh, but
Because
really?
people around here are just like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of him to prove I'm right. My
Oh,
baseball
wow.
team is better than yours, boy.
I guess that's just one more reason why my state is better than Class's
They're
state.
gonna fight over which baseball team is better, and it's like, no matter who wins the fight, doesn't change shit about the teams.
Oh, I
No,
remember.
I know.
I remember a couple years ago in California, this Dodgers fan, or maybe it was a Giants fan, I can't remember. But
Oh
he was
yeah, sooner or later all
losing
those
an
fans
inch of his life because I guess the Dodgers won, or whatever team he was cheering for won,
Okay.
and a couple of dudes in the parking lot didn't take too kindly to that.
Yeah, and they put him in the
How dare your
hospital.
team win?
Yeah, they
That-
they ruined this guy. He was paralyzed. I think he just recently went back to the Dodger stadium to roll out the first pitch because he can't really make the arm motions anymore to throw.
You think he'd be
Which
done with
also includes a
baseball?
big old middle finger.
Yeah, I'd be pretty done with baseball.
You think it'd be like, I'm never stepping foot in that fucking stadium again.
You know what really
Unless it's
surprises me?
Personally hunt down those cocksuckers.
No, they got prison sentences. They're,
Oh
they're
yeah,
in
no,
jail.
they're in jail.
They're-
There was a guy who caught like what could have been the game-winning pitch and made it into a home run for the other team.
Oh yeah.
I forget what it was. He was like a Cubs fan or a Robins fan or whatever the fuck team. I don't really know
Oh,
sports
it was
teams.
Cubs. Yeah, that could have
And
sent
he
them to
caught
the
it
World
making his
Series.
team lose.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
always amazed that guy made it out of the stadium alive.
Yeah, really.
He does. I think he like refuses to show his face.
Even
but
Angel's
he-
like, really? Yeah.
It's like that. Like,
guy
I can
deserves
see. I don't. If you couldn't tell, I'm obviously a huge baseball fan, and so
Oh.
like, but seeing idiots
We're
that
sorry.
are in there that are really in that fan base, it's kind of stupid. Like I've been a Giants fan, and so I know about that story.
I
If
equated
you
like,
fuck up the winning touchdown for your baseball team.
You're doing that on purpose.
Yeah,
you
it's
little
just like
baby piece.
it's just like when you got a team in check and you fail to put them down.
Yeah, and you don't want to do any high sticking on the baseball field. That's definitely not allowed.
Yeah.
I feel like those people are like they're like the fundamentals of the sport.
And then
No,
you go
because
and you do one of these things, and then they're on top of you. Man, forget about it.
Wait, are you talking about your weekend date with Bruno or something?
Forget about it.
Talking about baseball.
Shout out to Bruno.
Shout out to
I
Bruno.
don't know where I came up with Bruno. That was great.
Of my life.
Shout out to Sloth.
Oh, Bruno. What?
Oh yeah, Slav. What happened to Slav? Slav. I don't even. I forgot her name now.
Oh,
my
Saw?
God.
Yes,
Sovereign.
Oh.
She died. She's sleeping with the fishes.
Sleeping with the fishes.
So,
But no,
so I thought this was kind of
Fish
funny.
guy.
What's that?
I was going to say, I thought this article was kind of funny.
Is this about racism?
Well, there's a bunch of Asian American groups that filed a federal complaint against Harvard University claiming that
Sounds
they're
like it.
systemic and continuous discrimination against Asian Americans.
What?
Yeah, they only have 33% Asian attendance.
17.6.
Yeah.
This increased from 17.6 to 21%.
How many math
It's-
classes do they have at Harvard?
Yeah, I'm
Probably a
not
lot
sure,
more
but it's
since the
pretty
number of
ridiculous.
Asians
We'll get the
Yes.
proper percentage of Asian students if we could get that. The end. I'm sorry for that joke, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Should we end it? Is it time to end
No.
now?
And it
Hold on,
Yeah,
I'm looking at
started
something.
late.
So the percentage of Asians in the United States is 5.6.
No.
So Harvard went from representing that 3 times higher than the general population to 4 times higher than the general population, and these cunts are complaining.
So they need to get rid of Asians. if
Yeah,
anything.
so in reality, they're biased against other races in favor of
What
Asians.
this is,
So
what
Asians
this
have
is
an
like-
advantage.
Yeah. Which I think they should trot out at the trial. When that's being reviewed, they should be like, well, there's only 5.6% Asians in America, so technically we're too high.
Oh, I doubt it's going to go to trial. The judge is going to throw it out. But
Thanks to these Asians, now we got to get rid of a whole bunch of them. Good job.
And let's be fair, Harvard is biased for rich people. If you've got the money to go, that's what they want.
Yeah.
And if your family can donate a little extra on the side, they're definitely going to put you into their school
And if
regardless
you're good
of
at
your grades.
math,
Yeah.
yeah,
Math, science, or language?
mainly just
I guess law too. It's Harvard, so law would be a definite.
Medical,
I mean-
I think, a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
if there's no L's in Harvard.
I mean, if you look at it, I forget the exact number, but at least half of our Supreme Court justices are either from Yale or Harvard.
Well, and our entire government,
And 100%
actually,
of them are douchebags.
like 75% are Ivy League students,
Yeah,
which is
It's all
really
Ivy League.
disturbing because it's a training ground for future like dictators.
Yeah.
I think there's
100%
actually-
of them are assholes.
I
that
need
can't
to.
stand.
I wish I actually had the information in front of me, but I think there's one from Stanford, West Coast Ivy League. I guess that's the only one we got, or they got. But
I wouldn't.
I went to
wouldn't call
Stanford
Stanford and Ivy
for like a
League.
tour.
I don't think a West Coast school could really offer the same level of academic rigor that an East Coast school
I
could.
drove by Stanford once.
yeah,
I went there for my grandfather's funeral.
That counts.
He's actually fairly well known, and they had his funeral in the chapel on Stanford. But
Oh, was it Old Man Jenkins? I went to
no,
that too.
Old Man Jenkins.
Old Man
no.
Jenkins.
Oh man, dang.
Those meddling
Oh,
kids.
Leroy.
John Pierce, if I remember correctly.
Jenkins. Jenkins.
Not Leroy.
Throwback.
Jenkins.
Yeah, how old is that joke?
Probably like 5 or 6 years ago. No. Or, I don't
That
know.
joke predates my relationship with anyone on this podcast.
Yeah.
That's how old that fucking joke is.
Actually, my grandfather has a wiki. I'll be damned.
Wow.
I want
is
a
it?
wiki. Holy shit. That'd be amazing. And
My
now I want to
relatives have a
learn
wiki
fake
What's his name?
too.
What's his name? You have to link me.
I'm gonna go to the wiki right now.
You
Here.
may have heard of them, Lois and Clark.
You couldn't find my information.
Lois and Clark. They
Yeah,
explore
I may
Pokemon.
just be related to them or something. Whatever. It's
Maybe, possibly. Yes. So
Um,
amazing.
He's the
he
scientist.
supervised the Bell-Ad teams which built the first transistor.
I knew it.
Oh.
Wow. So this just goes.
He also
to show
coined
you
the
that,
word transistor.
Train sister.
This goes to show you that genetics isn't everything.
My sister's a train.
He's not related to me by blood. My grandma. He's not related to me by blood at all.
I see.
Oh, okay.
Never mind.
My
that.
grandma married him.
Well, you
Okay.
did get a-
He was fucking funny as hell though. By the way,
You did get a piercing though.
he was super
That's
fucking
kind of
funny.
the same thing.
I see what you did there.
I think one of his favorite things he would always
And
say
I
is like,
apologize.
he'd say, "I love hard work. I can watch it for hours."
With Florida supervisor.
We're talking about porn. What's
He
going
was-
on?
He was talking about trying to motivate like a team of people working in a subway,
Porn.
and he was like, "Let's just like offer some sort of shiny trophy to whoever does the most work and see if that does anything."
Like a girl.
It was funny. He was a cool dude.
I do that all the time. I always keep a shiny trophy on hand, just in case.
Just in case.
Yeah. Just kind of like
Hold
passive reinforcement. Like,
American photo shoot. Okay.
it's like, nice job, guy. That was a very well executed hit and run.
Good job, buddy.
Here, have this award. Wait,
Nice
come
work,
back.
buddy.
Have you seen those? Okay, so Russia has this big problem with people getting off the highway and driving on the sidewalk for miles and miles
What the fuck?
to beat the traffic. So, these
Dude, it
people,
makes sense.
They,
Have
they
you ever
set
played Grand Theft Auto?
You know, these people, they
What?
patrol the
Never.
sidewalks, right? They patrol the sidewalks with these big stickers saying "Stop a douchebag." So every time they see someone going down the sidewalk, they stand in the middle and they make them go back on the road, or
Or they get their
sticker
ass
on
run
their-
over.
They put a big sticker on their windshield saying "douchebag." It's just
Nice.
it lets
I wanna-
everybody know this person tried to drive on the sidewalk because they're a fucking douche.
That
Or
would be
that
awesome.
person
Like,
gets
just
run
walk over and be
over.
like, motherfucker, bitch.
And then you can see that video on YouTube if you click the link below. So
No, you won't be able to see it, but I described it to you in enough detail that you should know exactly what it is. You don't get that privilege.
I want a big douchebag sticker.
Okay.
would be
I
helpful.
can
It would
figure
be
that one
helpful.
out for you. I'll give you a big old douchebag sticker.
Send it
You know,
to Gropeygamers.
you could just put a
Yeah, send it to
Confederate
Rubber
flag in the back window of your truck. That's pretty much the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You, sir, are a douchebag, and make it a bumper sticker.
Get a big rebel flag.
You could get some of those truck nuts. Just walk them right on.
Those are the worst.
However,
Well, there's also
you
those
apply
coexist stickers. Those are good. Good for proving you're a douchebag.
The what?
The coexist stickers.
Oh, definitely.
The fuck is that?
Oh,
The
yeah.
stickers where you see like they have all the members of the family depicted as stick figures on the back of the car. Nope, nobody gives a shit.
Coexist? I've never seen that sticker.
It's the word coexist, and it's spelt out where each
I've seen
letter
stickers like
represents a
shoot
different
first
religion.
and ask questions later. I've seen that type of sticker.
No, it's different religious symbols made to look like letters.
Hold on, I got
seen,
you. I got you.
Who loves a
He's
good
got-
old-fashioned fag drag?
It is this thing right here.
Yeah.
And if you see anyone with that on their car, stay away. They're
I've-
not for you.
I've seen a bumper sticker that has all those symbols, and it's also combined with the pitch in symbol, and he's just throwing all of his religion into the trash.
That's pretty awesome. I'm gonna assume you saw it on the back of your own
I would
car.
get my car smashed the fuck in if I tried to put that on it.
One of those Calvin stickers where Calvin is peeing on something, or those are all apparently illegal.
Yeah, don't buy those.
I like those evolution stickers where it's the Jesus fish with feet on it.
Yeah. People fight with their bumper stickers here. Like one person started with the religious bumper stickers, and then I started noticing that other people started putting on like anti ones, and then the more other people were like, "Oh fuck that, we gotta fight back." And so there's like a bumper sticker war.
The back of your car is a battleground.
At the fucking parking lot. It's pretty pathetic.
Right now I'm just hearing Pat Benatar in my ear.
What?
Love is a battlefield. That Pat Benatar song? That's playing in my mind right now.
See, I just think having I just think I would end up in my car getting keyed. I wouldn't. Why even bother? Just like just all it takes is one douchebag with who's particularly intolerant to like come by and notice that and take out his keys and go shh.
There's no intolerant people around here.
Shh.
Are you insane?
No.
People
I
are
can say that for
intolerant.
those assholes.
People are intolerant against other people being too tolerant.
I like to save clean cars for those assholes that park in like 2 or 3 parking spaces because they think their car is too cool.
I like to
fucking
say
hate that.
I am that guy.
I like to
I'm
say
not saying I've done it. I'm just saying that would be a good thing to do if you see it.
I like to use them when I see like just a large person parking in a or just an obese piece of shit parking in a handicap spot. You need to park in the back.
You need extra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's that little asshole?
So that's ironic. I do actually park further away from stores just to get a little extra walking in.
Oh, I always do.
Could you?
Good job, Stephanie. Good job.
It's totally pointless too. It didn't make the slightest bit of fucking difference.
Yeah, and I make a point when I do it to tell my family exactly what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. I go, I'm parking in the back here because your fat asses need a wall.
Out of curiosity, class, do your family ever like regularly tell you just to shut up?
I don't talk often, but when I do, it's always insulting them.
So, I mean, on a regular basis, is like the only thing you hear from them. Like, God, shut the fuck up.
I don't listen to them.
At least he's talking.
Oh, it's the other way. They're just like, oh, thank God he actually said something. It means he's still alive.
When they talk,
Means he has a pulse.
just imagine I have like selective tinnitus that's only active when they talk.
So you hear like the ringing in your fucking ears whenever they're talking.
Yeah.
Tinnitus.
And then I get back on my insults.
Unless they're offering you pancakes, right?
Oh yeah, unless it's like time to eat. Pancakes.
I remember that. I heard somebody offering you pancakes or trying to get you to go somewhere from pancakes one night.
Really?
Oh, yeah. They
hanging out with Prince? What the fuck is going on?
for some family gathering that I didn't want to go to, and they decided it would be a good idea to go to IHOP, and they tried to call me to get me to go get pancakes with them, but I didn't answer, and they were pissed over that for a couple days. Because they had to come back to the house, and by the time they got back, they didn't feel like going back out to IHOP. So I deprived them of losing an extra couple days off the end of their life.
Is IHOP the restaurant that has the red, white, and blue pancakes that taste like America?
I don't know.
I think so.
It has the red, white, and blue pancakes that taste like toothpaste.
That sounds.
Apparently, that's
awesome.
what America tastes like.
Unflavored fluoride.
Minty fresh.
America.
Or wait, no, Denny's that has the red, white, and blue. They literally say, he's like, "What do those pancakes taste like?"
No. I think that's actually
and he
Denny's.
literally says America.
That might actually be Denny's that has the red, white, and blue pancakes. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what that restaurant is. That must be one of those weird, creepy East Coast restaurants where they molest you for going
You don't
in.
have Denny's?
No, I thought you said Jenny's. My bad.
Oh no, Denny's. Do you live in the fucking backwoods if you don't have?
No, we have plenty of Denny's. We probably have like 4 within driving distance.
Okay, yeah. Denny's has pancakes that taste like America.
Fun fact: I've never been to Denny's. I'm assuming it's
Fuck
awful.
you.
Dude, you only go there if it's 3 o'clock in the morning and you might be recovering from being drunk.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you drink, class? Because if you don't drink, that would explain a lot.
That's the one reason it's okay to go there. Otherwise, terrible.
America!
Yeah, avoid it.
Yeah!
No, I only drink the way it's meant to be done, alone and in my room.
Like a
By
real
myself.
American.
I think Englehart is slowly
Exactly.
getting more and more stuff on him. Like,
I know.
just little
Holy
by
shit.
little, there's like the American.
I feel like this is an arms race and I'm losing.
America. Fuck yeah.
Yeah!
I only have this stupid Dominican flag to wave around. It's useless.
Oh, we should probably stop now. Class getting out
Alright.
Dominican flags. That's
Now we're
enough.
getting Dominicans.
Oh no.
I know. This
See,
podcast is
You
getting
only
real
get
ethnic.
other flags out if you intend to burn them.
It's
Yeah,
getting
yeah, because this is
real
America,
ethnic,
man.
and I don't
America.
like it. All right,
So
the
this-
podcast is over. I have
Fuck
declared it.
yeah.